YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? As y'all seen it, okay. Spring break, what to expect, man. I just want y'all to give you an update. I went to the range today and not the actual range, but I went to outdoor shooting. I got a buddy lives up here. If y'all from the San Diego area, it's Alpine, pretty nice area. Kind of spread out. People got ranches and stuff like that. He got a little property. He got a whole little target thing set up. The only rule is, man, his dad said that, no filming. They got a little BMX track in the back where they ride motorcycles and stuff like that. His little cousins and nephews, they do like BMX back there. So, but then it's another area where we shoot, but the property is used for a lot of stuff. And I think his cousin or something, she's training for the equestrian, like jumping over stuff, equestrian. So it's a lot going on this property. It's big, man. So we go back there and shoot, but yeah, you can't do no gun videos, none of that. He doesn't want any of that going on, but he's welcome to come back there and shoot and do stuff. So it was fun, man. We shot a lot of guns. I shot a lot of shit, man. I shot we did some target shooting with this, and I tested out. I actually went to the range like this. I just literally got back. I don't know when this video gonna drop, but it's Sunday right now in California, about 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3:30. I don't know when the video gonna drop, but I went to the range just like this. I had a t-shirt on, but I, had my daughter's softball hoodie. I just want to show people that, you don't have to always be, someone new in the street. You have to always have all this Ranger gear, it's Navy SEAL gear on. Man, the main thing is to get out there and train and shoot and whatever the clothing you got on. I see a lot of guys in Texas, they be wearing like Vans and just jeans. So you don't have to get caught up in all that stuff. You just gotta have the main essentials. Like, you need to have a gun belt, holster and stuff like that. But as far as like gear, man, don't get caught up in buying, $80 shooting pants and $50 shooting glasses. Like, you can just go buy some cheap ass clear safety glasses for construction for, $2, So just want to keep that in mind, just be relaxed. So that's how it is out here in California, Southern Cal. We just be kicking it, doing our lives. His son played Little League, my daughter played daughter, but he had a daughter that played softball, and that's how we hooked up. And so we just live our lives and then say, hey, let's go shooting. So I went out there, man, we shot, and I had, had my belt on, and it was cool, man. And just basically just doing some target shooting, and I brought with the Glock build. So I brought this one out there. I don't know if everybody can see that, but I bought this one. I shot this pistol. I also shot my Glock 23. I was primarily focusing on the guns that I carry and shoot a lot. I don't carry this, but which brings me to another story, because I've been carrying my Glock 23, which brings me to another topic later on. But with the red dot, man, I was doing good after a while. Like, when I was coming out, I wasn't practicing like from a duty position. Like, I wasn't really, I had the hood open most of the time, so I was just coming straight out like that. So I got really fast down the stretch. So it was fun getting out there, getting some reps. And what I did also do, I don't know if y'all noticed this strap right here. So I put this leg strap on, and the holster, man, it just don't move no more. It's like, so I didn't really buy into the leg strap on the mid-rise. I didn't know what was the purpose because it's already a mid-rise, but now I kind of get it now. Like, so I took it off this thing right here. I took it off this one. It had two of them on there. One goes up there at the top and one at the bottom. So I just took it off there to see where they work, and I ran it through here. I don't know if you can see that. I ran it through the paddle thing right there, through the back of it. I ran it through there, and just rig it up real quick. And it don't cut into my leg and nothing like that. But I tell you one thing, the freaking holster, it doesn't move at all. I mean, it's just like you just be, oh, it doesn't really move. So I don't know if you notice, when I draw, I kind of go with a downward power pressure, and then I come up, and then I press out. Like, so I want to get because I want to make sure my grip. So I always kind of smack down before I draw. So that's kind of one of my techniques. But yeah, man, that strap worked well, man. And then I ran the KSG. Fuck, man, this thing ran great. it felt good. I can actually tell, shout out to guys who clean their guns a lot. If y'all saw my little cleaning video on this, well, not cleaning, but breakdown. I think it made a difference because the action was much smoother, and y'all saw it was kind of dirty. So I was like, this thing is loaded, by the way, with 22 minis. I don't know if I showed you guys how someone said, you can't tell if there's any rounds inside of a KSG. Well, yes, you can. If you look right here in these slots, you can see the brass and the shells, and that's on both sides. So you can see it. That's just one way you can tell. You see those slots right there. You can see what the brass and the shell. So that's the way you can tell it's loaded, and also just not being a freaking idiot. I mean, a lot of gun safety, man, people be trying to blame the manufacturers not having stuff and all these different things. And, bottom line, just you should know how to safe check your weapons and be safe. But this ran great. I ran 2 boxes of minis, had to reload it though. So it holds 22. So I ran 44 minis, and then I ran 15 double-aught buck, or 14 on this, and it ran perfect. Muzzle brake, knocking the reduction pad, knocking the recoil down with this pad back here too. Man, this thing ran great. So if you're in California, you're trying to get max capacity for a home defense firearm, get you a bullpup. That's the way you can get around it, because it's 16 inches, and you can get max capacity with the shells. You can get 22 minis or 7 and 7 each tube, 14 2 3/4 or 14 3-inch shells. I mean, that's pretty good capacity. And then you can have a saddle holding 7 more shells. So you figure 22 minis and 7 on the side, that's 29 shells. And that's in a California compliant configuration. So I definitely suggest, if you in California, why would you have a 7-shot or a 5-shot shotgun when you could have, like I said, up to 30 shells almost. The minimum of 15, but with the minis you can have 22, and then you got backup. I mean, so that's great capacity, and this thing ran great, man. I had it since like 2018, so it's running great. So definitely gonna clean a lot more now, because I can see the benefits of it. I gotta be honest, it just ran better, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Real quick, the Glock 23. This motherfucker is loaded. I had to put it back into home defense mode. EDC tomorrow morning, back to work. 23's running awesome. Love this firearm. But what I wanted to say is that, give you some update on what's going on by the border. Still off the hook. Found out China bought up a whole bunch of land. This is not really breaking news. If you follow some politics on that shit. They've been buying up farmland all in Oklahoma, Kansas, not Kansas, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas, the state, buying land up in there. Not Iowa so much, but in that area, I guess also the Nebraska area, parts of Oklahoma, and supposedly they coming through the southern border, and that's where they're heading right there, from there to there, and they're on Chinese-owned land. And I heard they're doing military training, stuff like this. I got a partner that lives in Norman, Oklahoma. And he said he saw a whole bunch of Chinese illegals out there, doing some things, and the police came up in there, immigration, whatever, and shut it down, and it was crazy. So that's what I heard was going on in the southern border. It's still kind of calmed down a little bit, because now that it's, the election thing and all that. But for the most part, what's going on down here in San Diego, spring break, and that's what I want to get into, spring break. If you know anybody, listen to me. If you know anybody coming to San Diego for spring break, and this could apply all across the country or the world. You got some young people going to be coming in party. This area right here is a hotbed for a lick. They're going to try to take advantage. So I will suggest, if you're coming down here to party, stay in large groups, watch what you do. If you're going to be drinking, it's inevitable, college kids going to do it. Drink in your hotel room, try to max out there, so to speak, and then go to the clubs or whatever you're going to do, and kind of had a minimum amount of what you're going to drink there. Like, say we go over here, I'm only having 2 drinks, whatever, and you stay together. Make sure you try to get things that are in the bottles and not poured into a cup. If you see it, if you're going to get it poured in a cup, don't let somebody go to the bar and bring you your drink back. If you You know, and this could apply to women or female. I mean, these fools are jacking both and you can end up in a sex trade operation, male or female. People think that this only apply to women. Man, I think a lot of cats need to pump the brakes. They abducting men too, because if you get sloppy drunk in the public, you can get slipped a little rupee too, a little, you know, get slipped a Mickey, so to speak. My era, we used to call it Mickey. You get slipped a Mickey, and your ass could end up somewhere in a brothel somewhere, you know. So let's not act like this can't happen to men too. So make sure you understand where your drinks are coming from inside of an establishment. I don't care if there are cameras there. It could be, I don't care, whatever it is. Make sure you see those drinks being poured and getting to your hand. And when you next to somebody, don't be turning your head with your drink like this. Someone can put something in your drink and you not know what's going on. So it's a lot of things. So what I suggest personally is just don't really put yourself in a disadvantage, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you're gonna buy drugs, I'm speaking about California only. If you're gonna buy drugs, there's a lot of places here sell marijuana in dispensaries. I suggest go to the dispensaries because you're gonna be geotagged, meaning when you walk through the door, you're gonna be on camera. How you pay, everything's transacted, so you'll be able to keep yourself out of some kind of like criminal element that could arise in your partying. So buy your weed from the dispensary. At least you know it's legal, it's clean, and all that kind of stuff. If you buy weed off the street or you smoking go to a hotel party and you hitting some weed, you don't know what's in it, so you just put yourself at risk. So I say don't do that. And you know, illicit drugs, I would say stay away from that. You got a lot of fentanyl going on. So if you like the person that like to pop pills and, you know, do a little cocaine, whatever, and you don't know where it's coming from, don't come down here doing it, because you might come back in a body bag, because it's all over the place, the fentanyl. So that's my little spring break tips for everybody, and just keep that in mind. Again, if you are in California, I suggest if you get your CCW, get on the list. I went on the website today, San Diego Sheriff's County Department, and it looks like it's a year wait for your interview. I know somebody gonna be watching the free state. Damn, it's a year wait just to start your CCW process. Yeah, it's a year wait. And now I'm looking at it right now. It's like a year wait. But if you listen to this video and you're in California, you haven't applied, go on, click your first time applicant. Do the process. You don't have to pay right now, but it gets you inside the queue for your interview. And when you get to you have everything set up. You're gonna have to prove your residency for the last 6 years. It has to be concurrent. You're gonna need some references. Okay, you're gonna need a resident. You can't use a PO box. And you're also, when you get to the part where it's about the firearms you're gonna carry, you can put as many as you like. But those guns have to be in possession when you go into the website to do it. So if you say you want to have this gun, that gun, and you ain't got the gun right now when you go apply, you can't enter it, because you're going to need the serial number, okay? So I suggest if you have 3 or 4 pistols already in possession, I say register all 3 of them, even though you may only carry 1, and here's why. If something happens where you have to use your firearm, or say you misplace a firearm, which would be negligent, or you happen to be in a situation where you had it and you were out boating or skiing or something, you lost it, now you're out of your EDC. Whereas you had 2 or 3 on there, you got a backup, you know. So that's what I say. That's like me. So I got 3. I got my Glock 23, and then I have my Glock 29, and then I got my Glock 19. So I got 3 on my card. But I primarily carry my Glock 19 and my Glock 23. So that's the beauty of having multiple firearms on your California CCW. And you got to pay an additional fee. You only get 1 with your registration. So any additional firearm after that is another fee. But that's what I got on that, man. But the range, man, it felt good to shoot, man. I'm going to be honest with you. 16-inch AR-15. Yeah, man, this is the one right here. Somebody said, "What, man? What's the AR? What's the AR? You know, that, you know, Walking Dead, you know, shit hit the fan, whatever y'all want to call it, end of the world. You just got to run out the house, grab one AR. Yeah, I probably would grab this one because it kind of suits all purposes. It's gonna give me some good it's gonna give me down range further. First of all, to keep people back. See, a lot of times I think people, when they think shit hit the fan, they're thinking like close encounter, like everything 10 yards and in. That's because we've been training in America that's our that's our self-defense distance. The reality is you're going to be distancing yourself from people anyway in a shit hit the fan, end of the world situation. So more than likely, binoculars are going to be key, being stealth, optics are going to kick in, and 16, 18, 20-inch barrels are going to kick in. Okay, so that's what I think we're all missing, because we've been trained 9 yards and in. His shit at the fan. I think if someone gets that close to you, you're already in trouble. You don't want nobody that you don't know in a shit at the fan situation 9 yards away from you. So you're probably gonna be shooting that motherfucker anyway. So what I say is, yeah, the 16-inch AR is probably is looking like the most underrated one, because everybody's rolling with the little shorties. Everybody's all fascinated with the shorties, and rightfully so, because you can conceal them, compact them. But you guys are thinking urban, like there's still some sort of civilization, some sort of order. So you can just roll around with a backpack and you can just have this and still try to go get the supplies you need. Well, I'm saying if y'all, according to what the internet says, shit hit the fan, I don't think you're gonna be walking around nowhere. It's gonna be no order, and so you may want to have something that can reach out and get some cats back, like get back. Like when they see one of them whizzing by their head, they won't even get into the short barrel range. They won't even get into the short barrel range. This is like QCB, like you about to go in there, building, try to get supplies and clear, see what you can grab and go. This is like when you got a tactical advantage. You're on top of a hill and you're looking down and you're seeing all the fucking chaos going on. So if then someone tries to come into your position, you can back them up with this a lot better than this. So that's why I like the 16-inch. And today out there, it proved it, because we were shooting targets like they had some. I guess you could shoot up to like 200, further than that. But the area we were shooting at, we couldn't shoot further than 150. And I was hitting with this easy, and I was hitting the target with that, but it was all sporadic. It wasn't accurate groupings, but this was like really tight groupings, 150 easy. So really, really impressed with the way that thing ran. I didn't shoot the 10.5-inch, and what else did I shoot? Like I said, I shot this with the red dot, and that was nice. I was with getting on point, Holosun 407C, and yeah, I like this a lot, man. I was thinking about, you know what? I'm getting old, and I was thinking like, I pay all this money to build this thing. Maybe I should start carrying as EDC. But the only thing I don't like about the EDC carrying is I don't go out at night that much, so I don't like that profile with all this compared to this. This is why I like just basic stock Glock. This is really the most fascinating pistol to me, and I think the Gen 3 Glock is just, this is it. Like when you start doing all this, it's kind of like it takes away from Glock. It's like it's still Glock, but it's not really. Like when I see this, I think Glock straight up. When I think this, I think upgrades and fanciness. When I see this, I think like performance and reliability, and ain't shit gonna go wrong. And that's what brings me to my next thing, is that I'm gonna order a tier 1 holster with non-light bearing, because I'm kind of tired carrying with a light, and I want to be able to go toggle from 19 to 23 in my carry, but I don't want to buy another light. So every time I want to switch, I gotta take this light off. So it's kind of a headache, and I'm cheap. I'm not cheap, like cheap, but I just don't want to buy a bunch of lights, and I don't like the price point of these things. They're like $130, man, that's just crazy. I cringe when I hit press, hit payment when I bought this light, when I bought the other TLR1 light. It's just, I don't know why a fucking weapons light have to cost $130-$40, man. And I don't never even fucking use this damn thing. It's off right now, I think. Oh no, it's on, but I don't even never use it. I just use it just to see if it still works sometimes. And it's like, it's ridiculous, man. So I'm gonna buy me a appendix carry holster from Tier 1, and just and I don't, honestly, I don't even think I'm gonna get it with a mag carrier. It's just gonna be just basically for the pistol, because I'm kind of, the mag carrier, it's not really bulky, it's not like this is awesome. It's not bulky at all, but I'm just thinking, like when I'm out in the daytime and I'm carrying, I don't even know if I need this. Like really, like in my appendix, I'll probably have an extra mag on me, but I usually wear some type of pant. I don't know, man. I'm really frustrated with just like gadgets and stuff on pistols and stuff and carrying. I just feel like you should only have to need this. But part of me was like, hey, maybe I just get one of these where it's non-light bearing, but still with a mag carrier. Because I don't want to give up the mag. Because I think that's important to have that right there. That just makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm already changing my mind. So I might just get one at tier 1 like this. They have a tier 1 has one like this, but it's non-light bearing. And maybe I just might do that. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of the freaking light thing, like in an ADC. Like everyone says, like, oh yeah, you gotta have a light. Man, I don't really think you need no light for an ADC. Just me personally, but unless you always out at night and stuff. But if you already own the lights, you know, pop the damn thing on and then have another holster for that situation. So I'm just rambling. That's what I got for you guys, man. But yeah, man, spring break, and man, if I had to pick one AR, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be hard enough to pick the 16 inch. I know everybody gonna say 10 and a half, 13 and a half, 7 and a half. They're gonna say all that, but I'm gonna tell you right now, yeah, buddy, I would definitely roll with the I would roll with the 16 inch. Yeah, man. So, man, everybody be careful out there, man. Spring break coming up. You got a lot going on. March Madness is about to kick in. Basketball. You got a lot of people out here partying. Stuff's going to be popping off. This is when you want to be really vigilant with your security and stay armed. Have guns around your house, loaded, ready to go, particularly in the evening hours and weekends, or just every single day. Just have a bunch of guns all around you, ready to go. And again, if you're in California, man, I suggest you, if you got a shotgun or if you don't have one, save up some money and go get you a good bullpup. You don't have to be this one. There's a lot of semi-automatic ones. I don't trust those so much, but I'm watching people's reviews. They seem to be doing well. But a bullpup pump shotgun, practice a little bit. People ask about this handle. I like this handle because it keeps my hand safe. I feel real protected when I'm pumping the shit out of this, racking this, because you want to rack these bullpups. You want to be gentle with them, treat them, abuse them. And that's what I was doing today. I actually threw it on the ground. That's why the light's all scratched up. I just want to get rough with them. It's a gun, man. I don't want to know this thing is a pussy under a moment when I need it most. So I want to know my guns is tough. Even this one, I threw this one on the ground, smacked it around, threw it in the back of the car, like just wanted to kind of treat it rough, man. So 16 inch, man. Boy, Eisner's Tactical, man. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.